no cover crop? No problem. Another way that you can prepare your beds for the growing season is to incorporate compost. Here, we use bag compost, but you can also make compost in your own garden. Before we add the compost, we want to kind of turn the first layer of the soil. And in order to do that, we're first going to remove anything that's from last year that's dead. Mostly we're talking about woody plants. So here we have the stalk of marigolds. I'm just going to put them on the side here. And then I can also see some weed plants or leftover plants growing from last year. I'm just going to chop them up just like we did the cover crop, and just to break up the first couple layers of the soil surface, but also to incorporate these plants before we add the compost and mix that in. Now that we have some of the soil broken up a little bit, you can see a difference in this soil, which I've worked a little bit over the surface, and this soil. Now you can see some of the plant material looks still intact, but mostly we've separated that material from the roots. So like the cover crop, over time that'll decompose and add to the nutrition of the soil, the nutritional value of the soil. So now I have my bag compost here, and I'm just gonna open this bag, dump it here, and I'm gonna work that into the soil as well. Once it's all worked in, I'm gonna rake it flat and let it go until we're ready to plant. What I'm trying to do is make sure the compost is incorporated into the first couple inches of the soil. And I'm doing that by using the corner of the hoe to kind of comb the compost into the soil. And once I get to the end of that row, I push it back and move on to the next. And as you can see, the compost kind of gets flipped in between and worked right in. Now that it's fully incorporated, I'm going to take my rake. I'm using a steel rake here. It's harder than a fan rake, and it gives you a little bit more support. It's going to be easier to use to make this nice and flat. And then again, I'm just raking to smooth it out. Just combing on the very surface to move the mountains and hills into the valleys. These plants, now separated from their roots, shouldn't grow back. If they do, like the cover crop, you can turn them in again. Otherwise, in a few weeks, this will be ready to plant as well. Another way you can prep your bed is to actually remove the weeds. You can take those weeds to your compost bin, and if you do that and you incorporate compost, your bed's ready to go right now. If you leave the weeds, it'll take a little bit of while, a couple weeks for that stuff to decompose, and once that happens, just like your cover crop, you'll be ready to plant. This is Kadeesha Williams, the Community Horticulturist / Agriculturist for Bronx Green Up, a program of the New York Botanical Garden. Hope you're ready to start farming.